Welcome. The following program will give you some insight into the country of Nicaragua, the town of Nagarote, and the work of the Norwalk Nagarote Sister City Project. Our mission statement and our goal keep us focused on what we do and why we do it. The Norwalk Nagarote Sister City Project is a partnership for sustainable community development between the people of Nagarote, Nicaragua, and the greater Norwalk area in Connecticut. Since 1986, the project has been working with the people of Nagarote to help break the cycle of poverty and provide hope for a brighter future. Why are we working in Nicaragua? Why Nagarote? Here's a little background on the country. Between Honduras and Costa Rica is Nicaragua, the largest country in Central America. Nagarote is located along the highway between the capital Managua and the colonial city of León. Nicaragua's lakes, rivers, mountains, and shoreline make it a physically beautiful country, though it is only now beginning to be thought of as a tourist destination. It is also a physically volatile country, with 6 of its 28 volcanoes still active, and it is subject to other natural disasters, earthquakes, drought, flooding, and hurricanes. Although the economy is currently improving, Nicaragua is still the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, with 48% of its population below poverty level. 80% of these families earn less than $2 a day, and often children have to work to contribute the family income. 40% of the population has no access to health services, and the rest are covered by low-quality care. 1/4 of the population has no access to sustainable sources of drinking water. 24% of the children are not in the school system. Nicaragua has the worst record for spending on education in Central America, averaging $42 per person annually. The United States' involvement in Nicaragua goes back to the 1850s, as Lake Nicaragua provided a convenient cut-through for those heading for the gold fields of California, and there was hope for a trans-Nicaraguan canal. In 1855, William Walker of Nashville, Tennessee, in conjunction with Cornelius Vanderbilt, who had a monopoly on trade across Nicaragua, declared himself president of Nicaragua. He was deposed 2 years later. The U.S. continued to be involved up to and during the 42-year rule of the Somoza dictatorships. In 1979, after years of revolutionary war, the Frente Sandinista de Liberación Nacional, the FSLN, took control. In 1981, the Reagan administration, fearful that the leftist Sandinistas would establish a foothold for communism, sent aid to the Contras, a group of ex-National Guardsmen and other Nicaraguans based in Honduras and Costa Rica. The bloody Contra War continued for 10 years until a peace treaty was signed in 1991. Many people in the United States were opposed to the U.S. support for the Contras and wanted to find a way to show their solidarity with the people of Nicaragua, believing that making friends is making peace. And the Sister City movement was born. Cities throughout the U.S. were partnered with cities in Nicaragua. The Nicaragua Friendship Office in Washington, D.C., designated Nagarote as the sister city for Norwalk, Connecticut. What is the town of Nagarote like? Who are these people? What are their needs? What have we learned from them? Nagarote, 38 miles north of Managua, is named for the Nagrandanos Indians, who inhabited the region before the Spanish arrived in 1512. Dairy farming is a way of life for many, and it is not uncommon to see oxen pulling carts of fresh milk into the center every morning. The milk is processed into cream and cheese, which are sold locally. Nagarote is famous for its quesillos, which consist of fried white cheese wrapped in a hot tortilla, smothered with cream and onions. It is also famous for its 900-year-old Genízaro tree, which has been watching over the town since before the Spanish invasion. During the 26 years that Norwalk has been partners with Nagarote, we have accomplished a great deal. Our first major project was to build a library. Then, in 2001, after Hurricane Mitch devastated the area, we built 5 new homes in the barrio of San Marcos, where today we also have our tree nursery and community garden. In 2003, we started a youth project in the barrio of Geronimo Lopez, and now have over 185 youth, ages 11 through 18, taking after-school classes in subjects as wide-ranging as tailoring and computers, art and martial arts, baking and women's sports. They are also doing community service in our reforestation program. Since that program began 6 years ago, we have grown from seed and planted over 20,000 shade and fruit trees. An outgrowth of our tree nursery is our organic community garden, now in its 4th year. The squash, corn, beans, and other vegetables are distributed to the families of the students who volunteer and to our preschool, providing much-needed variety in the rice and beans diet. And we have cleared and begun to plant a 4-acre model organic farm, which will grow produce for sale and serve as a training ground for local farmers and our students to learn organic farming techniques. In the past 6 years, we have also revitalized the preschool program in the Geronimo Lopez barrio. Our relationship with the Norwalk Community College Early Childhood Education Program has brought valuable teaching expertise to our teacher and aides and much-needed materials for the children. In addition, we have expanded our scholarship program to include 85 students who received not only book bags, shoes, and uniforms that enable them to go to school, but also tutoring and support to help them succeed in their studies. And recently, we built a new community center. Now we have enclosed classrooms and adequate office and meeting space. It is a welcoming place where students can gather not just for classes, workshops, and tutoring sessions, but also for games and activities, movies, and celebrations. And after 26 years of working with the people in Nagarote, we are still just beginning to realize our potential. We see our former students, children of parents who never made it beyond the 6th grade, going on to college and then coming back to help us teach the younger children. We see our farm program expanding, growing worms for composting, and growing fruit trees to help local farmers supplement their income. We see young people giving up their Saturdays to join a reading circle. And we see our open classroom in Geronimo Lopez now available for classes and activities for elementary students, a vitally important age group that we have not been able to serve. So we keep on working, drawn by the children of the barrio, whose smiling faces and positive attitude belie their circumscribed lives, and for whom the project offers an opportunity for expanded horizons and a productive life. Visit our website at www.sistercityproject.org and join us as we work to make life better in one little corner of the world.